Hey, happy Thursday. So I'm running a workshop, Trigger Reset. It's going awesome. It started on Monday. And one of the live questions and answers that popped up yesterday was toxic positivity. So it was something that we had discussed on Monday, and someone came up with the question saying, what is toxic positivity? And I thought it would be awesome to address the situation about what toxic positivity is. So, toxic positivity, it is when we tell ourselves that something is okay and that something is going to be okay, and we keep on trying to convince ourselves that that specific thing is okay or it's going to be okay, and we don't deal with it. Okay, so let me just give you an example. You're married, you've been married for 15 years, you have 3 kids, and obviously as we know that with kids come along, disconnection, intimacy fade, that goes down. So we become disconnected in our relationship. And a toxic positive trait would be telling yourself that this is the way it's meant to be, that it's okay to get triggered at your kids and stay this way. It's okay that you haven't been intimate with your partner. When I say intimate, I'm not just saying intimate in the bedroom. I'm talking about intimacy, dancing, asking each other, how are you today? How was your day? Hugging, sitting on the sofa, looking in each other's eyes and feeling that oxytocin that you once felt that 15 years ago. So that's what I'm talking about when we have that disconnection with our partner. So if you were in a toxic positive state, you would keep on saying, oh, it's okay, it's just the way marriages are meant to be when you have 3 kids, when you've been married for 15 years, it's just the way it is. No, it's not the way it's meant to be. That's toxic positivity. That's when you need to look at yourself and just say, what am I gonna do about it? Now I'll give the solution on what to do about it. It's coming. I'm just gonna mention some more situations. So another toxic positive situation where we keep telling ourselves that it's going to be okay. That one-sided friendship. We all know that one-sided friendship. Hey, how you doing? What? Nothing. Crickets. And then when they need something, hey, la 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 la. Or just the way she or he is. They're busy. They have kids. They're starting a new job. I mean, obviously if it's a one-time thing, don't get me wrong, then it's a one-time situation. But you need to look at it on the broader aspect, on the recurring, continuous situations. And you just keep giving excuses for that friend. And you keep getting hurt in the whole circle of it. No, it's not okay. Stop telling yourself that it's okay. Set boundaries with that person. If it is affecting you, if you're like, nah, I don't really care, then it's not really affecting you. But if it's affecting you and you keep giving excuses to that person, for that person, then you need to set boundaries. And you need to stop running in your head the toxic positivity. Guys, this is such a big thing. I hear it so often. We keep feeding ourselves lies. We need to deal with the conscious, so the subconscious. So we need to deal with the subconscious, so the conscious can start taking different actions. Another situation. So we have the marriage, we have the one-sided friend, we have the jobs, a job that drains your soul. All jobs are like this. We're supposed to work 8 to 5, get told off, screamed at by our boss, our colleagues, they don't socialize or whatever the situation is, but that job is draining you. And you keep telling yourself, it's just the way it's meant to be. No, it's not the way it's meant to be. Once again, toxic positivity. Your life is not meant to be miserable, and if you spend 8 hours plus a day at work, Monday to Friday, Monday to Saturday, or Tuesday, Saturday, whatever the situation is, and it is draining your soul, It is not okay. It's not okay. Another situation. Okay, all right. This is what came up. Anxiety. Or lack of confidence, right? Oh, I'm just a shy person. It's just the way I am. Or I couldn't face that situation because I don't have the confidence. It's okay. It's just the way it's meant to be. It's just the way it's meant to be. No, it's not. You are not meant to feel lack of confidence, to feel not confident. You are not meant to feel anxiety. It is not okay to keep feeling these feelings and then suppressing them. You're supposed to face them. Now, how do we deal with this toxic positivity situation? Right? Visualization. Now, I don't want you to do this alone. Honestly, it is a disclaimer. Don't do this alone, because it's very hard sometimes to get ourselves out of this visualization, especially if you go very deep in it. And it is a module that I do teach on in my programs, but it is best that it's done guided. It's like if you're ever gonna do breath work, as Wim Hoffman says, never do it by the pool, right? Because you don't want to be holding your breath and then become a bit unconscious and then pop, you're in the pool. So this is a sort of same disclaimer. I'm going to explain to you the difference between the positive visualization and the negative visualization. It's obviously when you're in the positive visualization, it's very easy to come out of. It's a beautiful situation. But then there's the negative visualization, which is also a very good practice to do if it is guided. Which makes me think maybe I can do a guided one day. Yes, okay. Anyways, so positive visualization, we all know what that means, right? We're sitting down and we're thinking about, all right, I'm in this marriage and I want it to be like this, and I want it to be like this. I just miss his touch, I miss this. I don't want to get triggered by my kids. I want to go dancing. This is going to be so good. Yes, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And you visualize this perfect story, which is good to do. Don't get me wrong. We are in different seasons in our life. And there are different modules, different practices for different seasons, for different people in different stages, right? Or you're visualizing your job. Oh, this is the way it's meant to be. It's okay if my boss shouts at me. It's okay. Yes, it's fine. Okay, maybe I should look for another job. Positive. What would my life look like? Oh, okay, maybe I won't get shouted at. Oh, I wouldn't be so drained. I'd be happy when I get home. I wouldn't be so anxious. Oh, great visualization. Positive visualization. Awesome. The one-friended situation. Oh, yes, positive visualization. Oh, it's okay. You know, I can always be there for her. It's okay even though I message her for help. She doesn't message me back. But what if I had a friend that did message me when I messaged her back? Oh, that would be awesome. That would be great. And you start visualizing, positive visualization. And you're taking yourself down this visualization, right? Now, the negative visualization, which is something I encourage to do. But once again, disclaimer, never alone. Because if you don't get out of it, if you don't get out of this meditation, this visualization, then you can stay in it. And it can go down wrong. Why am I teaching it? Why am I sharing it over here? Because I want you to understand that when you are working with different coaches, different therapists, or whatever it is, it's just because it's come up for so many times in my trigger workshop this week, is that we shouldn't always be looking at the positive side. So when you do work with a coach, or when you do work with a therapist or a psychologist, find different means and ways to help your situation. So why am I explaining this negative visualization is because you should be aware of the different practices that the coaching industry, the psychology industry, and the therapist industry has. Now, this is all studied through neuroscience and psychology, and many people have used it, but not enough. So, the negative visualization, and I think I'm going to come up with a new word for that. I don't think negative visualization is the name for it. Man, this marriage is not going well. We haven't been intimate for years. I haven't looked in his eyes. I forgot what a hug feels like. I forgot what it is to release that oxytocin, to release that dopamine. I've completely forgot. I don't know why I shout at my kids so much. Everything they say, even if they're being cute, it bugs me, it repels me. What will happen if I stay like this? What will happen? We're gonna separate. Oh my gosh, and if we separate, my kids are gonna be all the time packing up stuff and moving them from mom and dad. Oh my gosh. And then what happens when we both get a different partner? That confusion. Oh my gosh, I can't, I don't want this. The negative visualization is you visualizing what will happen if you stay in the exact same situation. That is the difference, the polar opposite of always convincing yourself that everything is okay and everything will be okay. And it's the opposite of convincing yourself that no, it's not going to be okay. If I don't do something about my trigger, about my anxiety, about my lack of confidence, about that one friend, about that job, about that boss, if I don't do something, my kids are going to end up without a mother. Or splitting things. My kids are going to be the one traumatized, wondering where they're going to go after school and who they're going to go see after school. My soul is going to be drained if I stay in that job. If I stay in that job, what's going to happen if I end up drained? I'm going to have anxiety. And if I have anxiety and I have a family, I'm going to give that anxiety to the family. If I don't have anxiety, if I don't have a family, I'm just going to create more anxiety for my future relationship. It's not just positive vibes. It's not all fairy tales and unicorns or fairies and unicorns. We need to face what is going on in our life. And if this does sound like you, and you're brave enough, yes, I am challenging you. I'm challenging you because that's how we become stronger, how we become bolder, how we take action, is that we get challenged, we get uncomfortable to get comfortable. If this does sound like you, that you've been in this relationship, that you've had this friend, that you've been drained in this job, that you are playing small, that you are suppressing your emotions, if this does sound like you, just comment. Comment me. Comment positivity. Comment negativity. Or share a comment with what other name I should name this visualization. We have positive and negative visualization, which I want to change the word. Give me some ideas. Because until we start facing what truly is affecting us in our life, we can never fix the situation. If we keep telling ourselves that everything will be okay when it's not going to be okay, then we're going to consciously tell our subconscious that this is the way it's meant to be. When it wasn't. When it wasn't the way it was meant to be. We are allowing ourselves to let this be the way it's meant to be. We're meant to live free, and lead boldly. That's what we're meant to do. We're not meant to be living a life where we are unhappy in. We're not meant to be living mediocre places. It's just the way it's meant to be. It's not. Man, I can look back on my life, and yes, I've done plenty of mistakes and I've learned from those mistakes. But when I look back on my life and I took uncomfortable, bold action to be where I want to be, where I took uncomfortable action to get comfortable, I just say, you know what, thank God I didn't just sit with myself and tell myself that's the way it's meant to be. I remember I worked in a marketing agency, and I didn't have my boss employed another boss because she was stepping out, so she needed to have that middle person, right? She wasn't stepping out of the business, she was just stepping out of her role. She was going to a higher role, so she was employing somebody else as well. Anyway, this person that came in was an absolute narcissist. She came in and she didn't like any of the work that was being done by any of the teams, whether it was from the videographer, the writer, me who was doing the project management. Everything was a big no-no for her. And I remember the first 2 weeks or 3 weeks, this happened a while ago, I remember just saying, oh, it's okay, maybe she's just having a tough time, you know, trying to get used to everybody, it's a big role. 4 weeks passed, no, it's okay. 5 weeks passed, I was miserable. I was coming home crying because this narcissist was bullying me at work. And I said, whoa, enough is enough. Now, this woman was very, very clever, right? She was like A student. Oh, if you had her at school, she had A+++. She was so good. Even the way she spoke, yeah, she was really, I got to give her that credit. Her knowledge was really, top notch. But then when I went up to my boss, like the boss that, you know, was stepping out, and I kept on telling her what the situation was. She's like, listen, Shan, honestly, like, I can try to talk to her, but this is the way it's meant to be. This is the way it's just gonna be. And I said, no, sorry, like, you can't just have this woman over here bullying everybody, and just because she's an A+, then it's just the way it's meant to be. Anyways, to cut a long story short, I, at that time, was a project manager, plus I was coaching interns. So I had a very good job, right? I had a very, very good job. And I even took it up to the boss, and I spoke to the boss about it. And when the boss just told me this is the way it's meant to be, I decided that this is not the way it's meant to be. So I took bold and uncomfortable action. And I quit. Oh, okay. It just, my internet connection went off. So unless I took that uncomfortable action, unless I kept on just saying, no, it's okay, it's just gonna be, it is the way it is, and I just kept on feeding myself this toxic positivity, saying, poor girl, or this is the way it's meant to be. No, I fed myself the negative visualization, and I said, what's gonna happen to me if I stay in this job? 7 weeks later, I quit. Then to find out, 2 months later, she got fired because another person quit because of her. And then obviously from there, I had traveled once again the world. So I got lots of positivity from that negative situation. So just to circle it back, toxic positivity is a thing. And don't feed yourself only toxic positivity. If you're in a situation and it's been going on for a long time, stop telling yourself that it's going to be okay. And stop visualizing the positive outcome. Visualize the negative outcome and what will happen negatively if you stay in that situation. Okay. Alrighty, guys. If anyone wants, I'm running another workshop in 2 weeks' time. If you want any details or if you have any questions, just comment workshop and I'll reach out to you. Alright, have a super blessed day.